So, I look so handsome today. So, guys, this is... Wait a minute, this camera's terrible. Is that better? Boom! Alright, anyway. This is the Joe Rogan Vegan Teacher Part 2. We're going to do a quick recap. I'm going to play just a little bit of the other video that I put up to give you some context, and then and then we'll get into this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love doing this other one, so let's do that first. Strong, where I was like, yeah, Joe Rogan, you got it. And honestly, Joe Rogan, I think, lost in the end. Joe Rogan was right about the definition of what it means to be a vegan, of course, absolutely. But then he lost his marbles when she started talking about real issues of assault on animals. That's my take. So yeah, that's pretty much the nice rough estimate. Basically what happened is he had some good points about her shaming people into being vegan and gatekeeping veganism and what veganism actually is. And then it kind of turned into... She made decent points about the abuse of animals and how we need to constantly impregnate them and to, put them in terrible living conditions because it is economically beneficial for us to do so because it makes the food cheaper by doing this. And she was speaking out against it. And she made decent points, and she paralleled the sexual assault of animals to humans. And he lost his mind. Now, my opinion, there is a way you can compare the two. Of course, the only argument you can make back to that is, listen, humans are better. That's what your only argument is, and I think most people agree with that. Joe Rogan didn't feel comfortable saying that, apparently, because it would make him seem like a bad guy. But, overall, I agree with Joe Rogan more. It's part 1. We don't know about part 2. I haven't watched any of these videos. But there is something to be said about veganism and, the understanding of what veganism is. And, she's making decent points. She's just psychotic. So, let's get through all this. There's a lot. So, it starts here. This is an older video. It's from, what is it? June 30th? But Joe Rogan directly uses this video. He references it. So we're going to start here, and we're going to go through this whole chain. Oh, by the way, you asked me why I like my own YouTube video, guys? Let me just tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something right now. You need to be your own biggest fan. That's why I like my own YouTube video. I like all my own TikToks, too. You should do the same.
Time to change your religion like you change your underwear. Change your religion. Show God that you really care. Change your religion. Wanna try some...
So, okay, I know where this is stemming from. People keep telling her that, it's my religion is the justifier for why it's okay to kill animals. So she's saying, well, then just change your religion. That's what she's saying.
Something new. Use your critical thinking skills to question all you eat, drink, buy, think, say, and do. Time to change your religion if it tells you to be cruel. Change your religion if it has a strange or crazy rule.
So she's saying change your religion if it's telling you to kill animals. Okay. It's not, the worst message. And, she makes a reference to, making God happier by changing your religion. And if I wanted to dig into that, I would simply say that a vegan teacher seems to be in support of the idea that there may be a God, but religions may falsely project that God's message. I don't know, maybe I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Change your religion, wanna be an atheist every Sunday. What's important no matter what is that you don't listen to all the...
I don't know what the atheist every Sunday thing means. I don't know what the hell that means, but
mean people say so. Change your religion like you change your underwear. Change your religion. Show God that you really care.
So that's the line I was referencing. But yeah, so she's insane a little bit. But I kind of get what she's saying. She's saying if your religion says to kill animals, change your religion. And that's if your only foundation is killing animals, and yeah, maybe you should change your religion. That's all that's stopping you. I'm just saying, I don't really agree with it, but I get where she's coming from. So Joe Rogan made this point here.
You can easily change your religion.
And then
just walk from a church into another building.
Now I couldn't find that original video.
Or from a mosque into another building.
It's kind of that easy. I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be dismissive of religion, because I respect I respect the institution of religion. I do. I'm agnostic personally. I don't know. That's my argument, is I don't know. But what she's saying is if your religion says that you have to eat animals, and that's what she's responding to. She's specifically referencing people who say I have to eat meat because my God says so. Then change your religion to something that doesn't make you do that. I'm just saying. Her logic there is solid. Even if you don't agree with it, it's there. You theoretically could. There's no form you have to fill out to change your religion. You could literally just go to another place. I'm just saying. You could do that. I'm not saying I agree, but her logical rule set is there.
So depending on how long you've been following me, you may or may not know that I'm actually a very religious person.
I am very well aware. I'm also very well aware that you're a very chilly person, Joe Ro, because you wear that damn that jacket in every video. What are you doing?
And this isn't the first video that she's
This is the video. This is the one I just showed that she was referencing.
talked about this subject where she said, change your religion. Why not be an atheist every Sunday? And let me...
That's a little insensitive. And you know what? The whole atheist thing, throwing it in there with the change your religion every so often, it kind of hurts the message, because I was assuming her message was like, hey, change your religion. If your religion says that you have to kill animals in order to be practice that religion, you should change your religion. The atheist thing seems more like a dig at religion, though. So, yeah, it's a little disrespectful. I agree with that.
First say, what she's doing is completely irresponsible.
I disagree. I don't know how it would be irresponsible.
Oh, and completely ignorant. Don't forget
Maybe.
that part.
Why, though?
Because
I just
anybody
wanna
who
know.
even knows the slightest bit about religion knows that it's not determined by what building you go to on your day of worship.
But she's not really saying that specifically. Like, you could literally change your... There's, like, no... I don't think that there's a formal registration form for your religion. You literally just change... You could just practice another religion, and you start educating yourself on the Bible, religion's particular Bible, or really belief set, you know, whatever book they use. I'm just saying.
It's determined by what you believe.
Right, and you can change your beliefs. I'm just saying you can.
Quite honestly, I would say the things she said about religion are embarrassingly stupid.
I wouldn't, and not for nothing. And here's the thing, again. Here's the thing. Like, I understand that it's disrespectful to religion, fine. But I mean, like, a lot of his fans are LGBT members, and let's just be honest. All religions don't particularly care about gay people. They don't really like gay people. Religion doesn't generally like gay people, man. So it's weird who you're speaking to. I'm just saying. I get what you're saying, but
If I didn't think they were also dangerous.
I don't think that they're dangerous. I just failed to see the danger in it.
Because some young viewers...
And someone asked what religion says that you need to kill animals. She's not saying that the religions say to kill animals. She's responding to people in her comments saying, if your religion is telling you to kill animals, then change your religion. It makes sense, even if I don't agree with it. It makes sense what she's saying.
without understanding any historical context of religion may look up and find animal sacrifices and now think that their religion advocates for hurting animals and that they need to convert.
What? I think you're kind of out of the reach on this one, man. I explained it like 15 times already. Like, she's responding to people saying that their religion... She's responding to people that are using religion as a justifier for why they shouldn't be vegan.
So, vegan teacher, stop talking about religion because you clearly know nothing about it.
So smug. I wonder if that's the first time Joe Rogan could, like, talk about religion, like, publicly and be like, yes, I got someone on it. She finally has somebody that she could stand up to about religion, because you know all of his followers are not religious. Because, like, he's, like, very progressive. So, you know, I feel bad for him because he's very emotionally connected to this, but...
Critical thinking skills.
So, this is just kind of a throw in there. It just kind of felt like it fit, but it doesn't really it's more context than specific reaction to a video.
Religion?
It's also a very creepy video. I don't like, you guys just saw that. This carrot looks like it has a long wiggler, and she just dipped it in here and then sucked it off of it. So I don't know who this is for. I don't know if this is an OnlyFans plug. Very weird.
I think you should change your religion like you change your underwear. You know, change your religion. Show God that you really care. Change your religion.
She's just singing the same song.
Try something new. Use your critical thinking skills to question all you eat, drink, buy, think, say, and do.
Again, I'm not a particular fan of Vegan Teacher, but what she's saying is think critically, and that if your religion says that you have to kill animals, change your religion and stop killing animals. She's just saying to think critically. Again, I don't necessarily read her for a critical thinker, but she's making some sense. But she's a little out of her mind. Also, I don't understand the sexualization of the carrot.
Yeah. Like, You should change your religion if it tells you to be cruel. And change your religion if it has a strange or crazy rule.
It's a very weird, what would you call this? Acoustic version of her song. But like, again, she's just saying the same song. She's reiterating the things I said again before about it. But like she's saying, if your religion says to be cruel, don't practice that religion. And there's something to be said about religion is anti-LGBT, man. There's really no religion that doesn't dislike gay people. And what it is what makes religions less harmful is honestly westernization of those religions. That's what I'm saying. But it's a bizarre take from her.
Change your religion. Why not be an atheist every Sunday?
All right, enough of that. Also, that carrot is packing. That's all I gotta say, man. That's why I watched it for so long. I was drooling at the mouth. All right, so this is... All right, let's see. So it says important documentaries, and it's a bunch of documentaries that she says. And then the comment here, and the reason I'm bringing this up is Joe Rogan comments on it. He makes his next video on it. It says, I understand that you're vegan, but we don't have to be pushed into coming vegan. I'm Christian, but you shouldn't be pushing people into your religion. I guess I kind of get it. You're calling veganism a cult. The way she projects it, for sure, man. Or rather, like a religion. I don't know, because I just equated religions to cults, but... I think people are offended by her comparison, honestly.
Religion is based on fairy tales.
Okay, let me turn this up because it's fucking low, boy. This one's low. Let's do this again.
Religion is based on fairy
Still
tales.
low, huh?
Books that were written hundreds and thousands of years ago.
So, that's a rough, very insensitive take. I wouldn't use the word fairy tales, but there are links to multiple different religions. There's an argument to be made that, and again, I'm agnostic. I don't know. But there's an argument to be made that, historically speaking, religions are derived from older religions, and then people just kind of change them. And there's also an argument to be made that people weaponized religion in order to gain power, So I think it's insensitive, but I get what she's saying. Honestly, and for those who are saying agnostic is a cop-out, why? Why is it a cop-out? Why is it such a cop-out to be like, I really just don't know? There's no evidence to suggest God is real, but still, I have I just still don't know. I still don't say no. If I wanted to be fully factual, I would say, oh, God doesn't exist, because there's no proof to encourage that. But I don't think that. I honestly don't. I think there may be something. I'm sorry if you think it's a cop-out. I'm just saying. That's my reason for that's my logical rule set for that.
They're not based on science.
That's true.
They have all kinds of crazy things in them.
That's also true. Like honestly, like the book, like the Bible specifically, is anti-LGBT and it equates women to property. I'm just saying. Again, I'm not trying to disrespect your religion. I'm just reading what's in. I'm just referencing what's in the book. And a lot of religions are very much. It is for some reason in the religion that women are property and that gay people are evil. I'm just saying. I don't agree with her. I don't agree with the insensitivity she's making. The sweeping insensitivity against religion. But she's got logic there.
Veganism is based on science and compassion, but it's not.
I don't know where it's based on science. Scientific. That's not based on science. Veganism. Is not based on science, man. It's not. Because of the best diet, that's where you would come from a scientific perspective, is a mixture of plant and animal proteins and nutrients. I'm just saying.
A religion. Everybody can be vegan, no matter what your religion is, though.
Oh, you could.
So I'm not sure why you're bringing Christianity into it. It has nothing to do with it.
What?
Except that the Bible says, thou shalt not kill. And reminds you constantly to feel for the victim.
So this is psychotic because first of all, she brought religion into it, and then second of all, now she's saying the Bible says don't kill. So her whole argument before was like, if your Bible says not to kill things, change it. And now she's saying, well, it doesn't say that you should be killing animals. I'm very confused about her point.
To be kind.
Or she's just dismissing people saying like, oh, religion says to kill people. She's just dismissing them. She's just a very bizarre woman, and she's all over the place.
I'm here talking about the animals that are suffering every single day, that are alive right now and have not yet been murdered, but will end up on your plate next week.
Oh my goodness.
I'm their voice.
So she's the animal's voice.
Crazy things.
All right, let's see what Joe Rogan's deconstruction is. Notice he changes his shirt color, but he wears the jacket in every video.
Religion is based on fairy tales, books that were written hundreds and thousands of years
She seems drugged out, someone said. Maybe. Honestly, I think that she's just very malnourished from a vegan diet.
ago. They're not based on science. They have all kinds of crazy things in them.
So there's a lot of things that she said that were deeply offensive to religious people, including myself.
Maybe, but I don't like that I have to do this, but logically speaking, she has a point. She's just being horribly insensitive about her point. I'm just saying, man.
So let's get started. There's about 10,000 different religions in this world, coming from
That's a lot.
all different types of backgrounds, and for you to say that religion itself is based on fairy tales is just intellectually dishonest.
I disagree purely based on the information you just told me. I don't know if there's 10,000 religions, but if there's 10,000 religions each saying that they have one god, or even a multiple, like 10 gods, I feel like maybe we're just kind of making them up at this point. I'm not saying we are, but I'm saying, but the information you gave me, she's like, religion isn't real, and then he's like, yeah, well, there's 10,000 of them. Oh, wow. Then that would make me feel like their religion isn't real. If anything, I think your best argument with religion is that like God exists, but religions are people who are warping God's message. That's my argument, generally speaking. I'm just saying. But this is kind of like where it gets like a little bizarre because he's just kind of speaking because he's offended and he doesn't know how to contextualize his thoughts. And he could have left this alone, but he's not being honest.
And the young impressionable viewers that are seeing that still probably aren't going to become vegan. All you're doing is creating confusion and casting doubt on what is for some of these
She is creating confusion because I'm fucking confused.
viewers one of the most important aspects of their lives. And you brought up the commandment, thou shalt not kill, to promote veganism. And I am very excited to educate you about how you are misinterpreting the original Hebrew and ignoring all historical context.
Wait, but hold on. So his argument there is like, hey, you said thou shalt not kill. Well, guess what? Fuck animals. Gotcha, vegan teacher. That's his whole argument. The only way that she's misunderstanding the thou shalt not kill is if you just don't think it applies to animals, which goes back to the original argument where you could simply say, this is the only argument you have is like, hey, animals don't matter. They're food. That's his only argument. I don't know why he doesn't just say that.
Text. But I don't have time for that in this video, so it'll have to wait. Bye-bye.
He really didn't get very much traction on that video. I think he's hurting himself, man. He's getting so emotionally attached to this. So this is her response. She's such a troll.
Actually,
This is why I wanted to make this video, dude. It's gonna get so mad.
a very religious person.
Yes, God.
Hold on, I gotta replay that because I just want to point this
Actually-
out. I am the best. Because I feel like this is what Joe Rogan really thinks. This is what Joe Rogan thinks. And at this point, this is the video that shows you that the vegan teacher is sick of Joe Rogan, so she's trolling the shit out of him, and he takes himself so seriously that he's just eating it up. It's funny.
A very religious person.
Yes,
my
God.
God.
Yes, I told you a million times. I'll sing
no.
it for him.
Oh no.
Yes, on TikTok. Okay, bye.
I'm actually a very religious person.
John Robert Bell, you're going
Oh,
straight
no.
to hell. God said so, and he should know. He said you're mean. Cause you'd rather pay for someone to kill a baby cow than to eat some tofu and a bean.
I'm actually a very religious person.
Oh my God. You see the text of these? She's slamming him. She's such a troll.
John Robert Bell, you're going straight to hell.
Oh,
God said
my
so, and
goodness.
he should know. He said you're a big old bully-o, cause you'd rather pay for the violation, enslavement, and murder of innocent females instead of buying some lentils and a potato.
And she's, of course, referring to female animals. Of course, she's riding feminism. She's just using as many identifiers as possible. But it's funny. She's funny.
What she's
This one's good. I'm losing the argument.
doing is completely irresponsible.
But John Robert Bell, you can still see the light. Watch earthlings.com and you can become vegan tonight.
Oh, man. Vegan teacher, man. She love her or hate her, agree with her or disagree with her. Vegan teacher is the best troll I've seen on TikTok. The best, the singular best, and I'm going to tell you why. Because she doesn't care anymore. She's putting herself. She's really like the center of the trolling. She's like, I don't care. I'm just looking like a complete batshit crazy fuck. I don't care. And then this is what she does. It's so funny, man. This is funny. I'm just saying.
Instead of
Let's see what Joe Rogan's reaction. I haven't seen it. I have not seen any of these guys except for the song.
on rebel, you're going straight to hell. God.
He's so angry. She told him that she's going to hell. Oh, I love the vegan teacher. I love her. I would go to like a party with her. I don't like her views, but I love her. She's a troll and she's good at it.
Said so,
And like you guys are underestimating this because I know you don't agree with her, but she hasn't gotten herself blocked. She's going at Joe Rogan toe to toe. She's representing all the people who come up with real arguments against Joe Rogan. He blocks them, and she's sitting here singing the meanest song, and it's so funny. And she's getting them. She's getting them.
You should know. You said you're a big old bully, cause you'd rather pay for the violation, enslavement, and murder of innocent females.
Of course, you would go with that clip.
Instead of buying some lentils and a potato.
You know, vegan teacher, I would like to thank you for proving to all of us once and for all that you
that I am. I couldn't even say something clever because it's so funny. She's proving that he is he melts down. That he melts the second anybody makes him upset. He gets so offended. He should have written her off at this point and said, "Vegan teacher, this song's dumb. Leave me alone." But he's not doing that. He's feeding into her, and she's trolling him. And he's like, "This is serious. This is so serious. Look at how pissed he is."
You are not interested at all about converting other people to veganism. You are only interested.
By the way, that's a superiority complex from Joe Rogan, and I'm going to tell you why. This is a message that's very specifically directed at him, trolling him, and he's like, now I know because you're making fun of me that you don't take veganism seriously. No. This is her saying, you're not really worth my time, Joe Rogan, so I'm going to fuck with you until you leave me alone. And it's funny. And she's getting him. She's getting him, man. She's getting him. It's funny.
In shaming those who aren't.
And then, by the way, she is interested in shaming people who aren't vegans, for sure. But this isn't indicative of that. This is just you getting plowed by a vegan teacher. And, like, let's be honest. I could see vegan teacher with a nice, you know what I'm saying, plowing Joe Rogan. I could see it. I would pay for it.
That time that you spent writing a song about how I'm going to hell for eating meat could have been spent actually educating others about your cause.
Oh, I'm not too intelligent, but isn't that like whataboutism? I don't know if it's true, but she's saying like, it took you 3 minutes to write that song. You could have been doing something better with your time. I mean, Joe Rogan, every minute you're sitting in a chair, you could be helping starving people in Africa. And you know what? None of us do it because we don't care as much as we want to pretend that we do. So that's a stupid argument. He's mad and his argument sucks.
But instead, you knew that I was deeply religious, and so you personally attacked me.
No, true. That's what happened, but it's not like she went like and found it. She's not like I was like, oh, she's not like she's typing on the internet like, how do I find, does Joe Rogan like animals? Or is Joe Rogan religious? Well, I gotta find it. She's not sitting there typing. She made a song about how if your religion says to kill animals, and she's saying that because people are saying that it does, and that's why they won't be vegan, then you should just change your religion. And you got offended. You put yourself out there and said you're deeply religious, and then she take a shot at you for it, and now you're like, I can't believe you did that, vegan teacher. You're a meanie.
Now it's time for me to be the teacher, Karen.
He's more of a Karen than she is. This is embarrassing. If I put this up on the internet, I think I would fucking go MIA for a month. Oh my god. Her name is Karen, just so you guys know. But this is so silly. Oh.
You do not get to say that you stand for equality and then go around and bash people for their religion.
It's not really what she's doing, man.
You are nothing more than a performative provocateur who is willing to...
Yes! That's what she's doing right now. She's being a performative provocateur. She is making a performance out of being, provocative. She's being antagonistic towards you, Joe Robe, and you're saying what she's doing, and you're still falling for it. It blows my mind that you're doing it, man. You're something. You're something, man.
Say anything, even if it hurts your cause, just to get views.
I don't think it really hurts her cause, honestly. I don't really think any of this hurts her cause. I don't think anybody's going, I'm not being vegan because of the vegan teacher. Like, being vegan is like a lifestyle choice to choose to not abuse animals, and I understand it. I'm not going to do it. I say it all the time, but like I'm more of like a lab meat guy. Like we could figure out ways to stop hurting animals that's actually economically possible. We'll say is actually possible and realistic, and like lab meat's one of those things. I agree. But she's not really hurting her own cause because people that aren't going, I hate vegan teachers, so I'm never eating a carrot. No, not at all. If anything, you're the one hurting your cause because you constantly promote feminism in a way that hurts men. And men are saying, I don't care about feminism because Joe Robe doesn't care about me. So if anything, maybe you should speak this information to yourself.
I truly hope that you understand the damage you have done to the vegan community at
None.
large.
You're just shaming her. What damage has she done to the vegan community? The vegan teacher's a clown, honestly. She's I find her funny. I'm just a funny clown. I'm in love with the vegan teacher after this. But she's a clown. Nobody's really taking her seriously. You know, people, though, take you seriously, bizarrely.
But you know what? I'll be praying for you.
That's the hook. That was his, like, he decided to make this whole video, right? He's like, I'm going to make this video. I'm going to shame her, and I'm going to end it with, I'm praying for you, vegan teacher. I'm praying for you. That's your ending. That's your zinger. That was like, you invested all your energy into that zinger. I believe, yeah.
Animals with their fork.
So, this is another video that he goes at. He's all over the place, guys. He hates her. He's pissed. He's taking shots all around.
I am not a religious teacher. I am not interested in...
Again, it says if you heart animals, don't eat them. And then she say, I support LGBT, black rights, indigenous rights, a bunch of different people. She's just saying that she supports as many identities as possible. And you know that because she says minority rights, which black Americans are minorities, and so are indigenous people. So this little text here says, over 55% of Canadians are Christian as of 2015. So how can you be trusted to teach religious children when you promote hate against religion online? I don't know that she promotes hate against religion. Again, I just have to be very clear because even if I don't like her message, she's responding to people who say, I cannot be vegan because my religion says I'm supposed to eat animals. And religion does say animals are here for our food and our fuel. Okay. And so she's saying, then don't be that religion if it tells you to hate animals. And she kind of has a point because there's an argument to be made that if your religion says, my religion says I have to hate gay people, so change your religion. You know? I don't think you should. I should think that you should just westernize your religion to not be so hateful. But her logic is there, even if I don't agree with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's there. The logic is there. That's all I'm saying. I don't have to agree with her message to acknowledge the logical rule set that she's promoting. And that's very much what I'm going to do. I have to. That's my whole job now. Even if you guys hate me, and you guys hate me on this one, I'm telling you, you guys do not like my take on this one. But I gotta do what I gotta do.
Religion. I am interested in doing what religion is supposed to do, which is to help people to be good.
That's fair. And if your moral rule set says that not abusing animals is what makes you a good person, then she kind of has an argument there. Just saying.
Religion is not doing its job. Otherwise, every single church, mosque, and every other religious building, under their roof, there would never be any dead corpses that are being served. But that's not what's happening, is it?
So, like here, all you need to do is say, like, hey, listen, first of all, there's a way to humanely kill animals. It is part of the food chain. There's an argument to be made that, like, our issue isn't necessarily what we do, or rather, that we eat animals. It's the way that we treat them up until their death. And, like, commercializing it is very toxic and harmful. And there's plenty of evidence to suggest that there are stress hormones that are released into these animals' bodies because they know that their entire fate, they know what their fate is. So, I'm just saying.
They go and pray to God, and then they stab animals with their forks and laugh during their potlucks.
Nobody's like she said, like she's making it seem like people stab animals with their fucking, I'm killing an animal. No, they're just having a fun time at dinner. Just stop that.
It's really amazing to me. People need to understand what it's like to be the victim and stop hurting these poor innocent animals.
Honestly, I think that like I think that she needs to get her message across better. That's not so demonizing to people, and like that would really help her. And that's like her biggest problem with this whole thing. If I had to like sum it up, I'm just saying.
Please learn about what's going on so you can understand why I'm here.
Okay, that's a little presumptuous of you. Or is it presumptuous, or I don't know. But yeah, and then Joe Rogan doesn't like this take, so let's see what he does. He's wearing a sweatshirt today. Well, 3 days ago. Wow, Robert, you changed your outfit. Very nice. I mean, like, I don't know why I'm criticizing. I don't wear a shirt every video, so I'm not dressed in the same thing every day.
I am not a religious
Looks like he got his hair shaped up a little, too. Looks nice.
teacher. I am not interested in religion. I am interested in doing what religion is supposed to do, which is to help people to be good.
That part's true regardless of whether you agree with it or not. So what the hell could you say about that, Joe Rogan?
You know, last time I checked, being good includes respecting other people's faith practices.
Again, I'm not trying to be that guy, but you could apply this argument exactly to LGBT people. So I could be like, well, being good means that you have to respect the fact that I don't like gay people based on my religion. I'm just saying, man. Like, your only argument here in this scenario is that, like, animals aren't as good as people. That's it. Like, we should be eating animals. That's your only argument. Your only argument, Joe Rogan, is that you don't care about animals. And that's fine. But just say it. Can we just say... Because you're doing, like, all these mental gymnastics into trying to get that point out without explicitly saying it. And, like, you're just looking so stupid, man. I'm just saying, man. You look bad here.
This you?
John Robert Bell in his video, he just said that he's going to pray for me.
I never saw that video. She's a troll.
He's going to pray, and he's such...
Where's that video? I never saw that video. I couldn't find that. That's hilarious. She's... Oh my god, dude. If somebody finds that video, please send it to me. Send it to one of my mods, dude. That's funny. How does he react to that? Because how do you not know at this point she's trolling?
But that video either got taken down or you realized how disrespectful it was, so you removed it yourself. So let's do a different one.
Well, it was funny. I don't know the rest of the video, but it was funny.
John Robert Bell, you're going straight to hell.
Right, because telling someone they're going straight to hell is also being good. See, I actually respond to the...
But like on her argument, she doesn't really respect the institution of religion, which I don't like. But to her, it's like she's just doesn't matter. She's just saying things that mean nothing to her. I'm just saying, man. I get what your point is. I'm just saying.
The things that you say in your videos. But when you respond to me, you just attack me for being religious. Which in return offends a lot of other religious people too.
Ah, man. So what he's saying is he's the epicenter of like everybody's argument. Like, or he's the epicenter. He's like, if you're attacking, what he's saying, excuse me for not presenting that right. What he's saying is this: if you come after me, you're coming after all religious people. That seems a little bit of a wash, man. Nobody cares, bro. If any other religious person by this point, they would be like, this woman is trolling the shit out of me. I'm going to stop responding now because she's not worth my time. You're the only one taking it personally, man. And it's because you take yourself too seriously. That's like your problem. You take yourself way too seriously, man. Way too seriously.
So how about when you say you're not a religious teacher, you really internalize it and stop talking about it? Oh, and Karen, be better.
I like that. That's the first time he trolled her back. Be better. And it sounded like he was like, he knows he's a meme now. Be better, Karen. That's it. Come on, Joe Rogan. You should be trolling her back. You gotta be trolling her back, but you're not, man. Alright, let's see. Is this another one?
No trigger warning. Heaven.
There'll be no
All you have to do is...
Alright, so...
trigger warning for...
What?
I'm not be better.
So I don't know. Wait, I think he references this video.
You are not interested at all about converting other people to veganism. You are only interested in shaming those who aren't.
Now listen, I disagree and agree at the same time. She is trying to get people to go vegan with her tactic being shaming them into doing it. Just to be clear. So he's wrong and right at the same time.
John Robert Bell, you're going straight to heaven.
Oh, God.
All you have to do is be better and be vegan.
So he got upset and criticized her for criticizing him for being religious and saying he's going to hell. So her response is to change the song with the same message. And she's such a troll. She's so perfect. I am in love with the vegan teacher. She's such a troll.
Being religious ain't gonna get you in. You gotta stop paying for the murder of innocent animals. 'Cause that's just mean.
And can we just talk about how, like, she's a teacher? Because look at this. This is like PowerPoint 101. As many different things in there that can, like, why is all this stuff here?
And it's also a sin. John Robert Bell, when you get to that pearly gate, you're gonna have to actually graduate. You're gonna have to prove that you were a good guy. So be better, be vegan, watch Earthlings and Dominion, and God will give you wings to the
Oh my god.
sky.
This is too much, man. She's too good at this. She's really good at trolling. She's really good. We're gonna have to date the vegan teacher. Okay, let's get this next one.
Warning.
So, this is for John Robert Bell. This is what it says. Please tell your TikTok fans to stop bullying sensitive, ethical, vegan children. Be better, be vegan. I'm not sure what the hell she's talking about. She's probably just, like, victimizing herself.
There will be no trigger warning for this video.
That's funny because he gets so upset about trigger warnings, and now she's like, "There's no trigger warning, Joe Robe. Screw you. It's a troll, dude. Everything she says and does is a troll. She's trolling him."
But let me ask you this. What kind of a warning do you think that my vegan students here on TikTok deserve before they walk into cafeterias and see dead bodies all over the table?
I just want to say something. Why are your students vegan? I feel like that's not good. Your kids shouldn't be vegan. Young kids shouldn't be vegan is what I meant to say. You shouldn't be vegan until, like, you're old enough to be... Wow, I don't know how old are the people that she teaches, though. I'm just saying, man.
What kind of a trigger warning do we...
Again, the only argument that we have, and I support it, is like, listen, animals are food chain. So I'm sorry that they're suffering, but it makes it cheaper for us to live. You know, that's kind of all you got, man.
give children when they are outside playing at recess and suddenly they notice the child beside them wearing a Canada Goose coat and they know how much suffering went into that coat.
Yeah, but not for nothing, Miss Karen. If you're explicitly teaching your kids about the suffering of animals, but those same kids are running around with iPhones, Miss Karen, and those iPhones, I want you to understand something. There are men in China, factory workers, hurling themselves off of the roofs of those factories because of the horrible working conditions. There's literally safety nets on these factories to stop people from being able to take their own lives. I'm not kidding. It's like a real thing, right? And like, there's more suffering goes into this. Like, we have to use, exploitative systems just to give us computers and whatnot. So you're educating them on the silent abuse of animals and food products, but why aren't you educating them on the silent abuse of everything, man? I'm just saying, you know, because what you're doing is you're fear tacticing your kids into not wanting to eat meat. But you're not fear tacticing them into not wanting to use an iPhone. I'm just saying. You're full of shit, Miss Karen. You're full of poops.
What kind of a warning can we possibly give sensitive vegan children who actually give a shit, but who have to go through life surrounded by zombies who are not only their parents and teachers and classmates, but also here on TikTok, and who give them nothing but abuse?
Listen, if I was Joe Rogan, my next move would be this. Karen, you're psychotic. You're scaring children against meat, like eating food. You're not displaying the facts correctly or full context. You're a psychopath, and you don't deserve to work with children. That would be my opinion on the situation, and that would be my next step. Because she's clearly, if this is all true, if her kids are this so crazed about animal cruelty and food, that means that like they're terrified because she has made them terrified. She has instilled the fear of Karen's mighty wrath into every one of these kids. And, like, I would say, and maybe I'm wrong, but this is some level of abuse. I'm just saying, psychological abuse on these kids. Again, that's just my opinion, but just saying.
Warning.
So, yeah, let's see what Joe Rogan... Let's see. Maybe Joe Rogan reacts the perfect way that I just said, and he wins. That's all it takes. Let's see what he says.
For this video.
Let's see what Joe Rogan says. Sean Robert,
Warning.
let's see what we got here.
There will be no trigger warning for this video.
Okay.
But let me ask you this. What kind of a warning do you think that my vegan students here on TikTok deserve before they walk into cafeterias
All right, Joe.
and see dead
You know, we coached you. We just went through it. All you have to say is that she's abusing these kids by scaring the shit out of them about the food that they eat.
bodies all over the tables?
So after being called out for posting ignorant and
Let's see.
offensive videos towards religious people,
Well, if she was trolling you, let's be clear.
she is now trying to change the subject.
I don't know that that's true. Like, not for nothing, but you're beating a dead horse. Like, what subject do we need to talk about? Like, you're annoying, and she's moving on. You move on.
Now, before I reroute it back, let's just pretend that's what we were talking about.
Okay, fine.
You're worried about trigger warnings for the ethical vegan children that watch you on this app. Yet with no trigger warnings,
Now you're changing the topic. She's talking about all the cruelty in all forms and facets of life when it comes to being eating animals, and now you're taking it to trigger warnings. You're doing the same thing that you just accused her of.
you post videos like this, and this, and this.
What are you blocking? Are you just high-fiving again? Boom, Joe Robe. You like doing high-fives a lot.
So how about you stop pretending like you actually care about trigger warnings and instead...
No, she doesn't care about trigger warnings, Joe Robe. You missed the context. She's specifically talking about the weird way, in my opinion, the abuse she perpetuates onto those kids by scaring the shit out of them about the food that they're eating. That's what she's doing, and you're so focused on trigger warnings. Ugh. Like, if you had Joe Robe, if you had just consulted Papa Gut, you would have destroyed this woman. But because you're going solo, because you're too afraid of criticism in every other form of your content, you now just you are this only person that I've ever seen on this app get nay-nayed by the vegan teacher. You lost. I gave such a beautifully perfect deconstruction on how you could just own her. You could have owned her right there, saying that she is fear-mongering the children. She's fear-mongering over veganism. And you decided to talk about trigger warnings. You're a peepee head, Joe Robe.
I'd respond to my most recent videos about you and your ignorance towards religious people. Because quite honestly, nobody takes you seriously when you say you fight for equality for all people and animals, but you still hold prejudice for people of faith.
He's so shallow in his thought, man. It's so sad to see that this is the guy doing deconstructions right now. This is the guy who's doing deconstructions. He's doing virtue signaling deconstructions. He's effectively beaten me at my own game from a social perspective. And he sucks at it. He stinks. He's making me look bad. If you're gonna be more popular than me, be better than me. Joe Robe, be better. Come on.
Karen, be better.
So stupid. This is a dickhead. All right, so this is what we're ending it. Oh, let's actually see if there's any other news. No, nothing there. Now let's see. This is her response to Joe Robe. This should be the last one of these. Let's see what they say. So it says, "Hi, John. I love that she calls him John all the time because it's very condescending and trolling. It's just funny. It's me, Miss Katie, that vegan teacher. Important documentaries to learn." She said this 4 or 5 times. Like, she just keeps saying, Joe Robe, watch the documentaries. And I said in my first video that, like, I think that he's going to ultimately become a vegan, and I think that she's winning.
Subject at all. I'm interested in discussing all of these things with you, because they really do matter. I think what you and I have in common is that we both want to make the world a better place.
By the way, this is like her 3rd or 4th time where she's like, okay, Joe Robe, let's take the heat down. And let's just make the world a better place. And, like, she extends an olive branch to him, and he constantly knocks it down because he's too prideful for that. And he doesn't understand mutual respect and not agreeing on situations. And I know a lot of you will say, well, yeah, but this is a big one, Papa. Like, she's disrespecting religion. But what you need to understand in, like, the real world is, like, you kind of come to an understanding on things when you realize that they're not as big of a deal. So, like, let's just say, for instance, she's disrespectful to religion. For sure. Absolutely. I agree with that. For sure. But she's not actually really going out of her way to dismantle the institution of religion. And so her opinion is just that. It's an opinion, and she's entitled to free speech. But he's making it seem like she's starting a vegan crusade against religion, which she could never do because she's too physically weak because she's a vegan. So she couldn't win. Then again, Joe Rogan looks like he's a vegan at this point because he just looks like such a frail person.
Both really care about suffering and trying to eliminate that. Would you agree?
I would. I think that Joe Rogan cares. I think that you care, but you're a crazy woman. You're crazy. I like it. Give me your number, vegan teacher.
So if that's the case, then I invite you to think about all of the animals and how they are similar to humans. They are sentient beings just like us. They feel like us. They have families like us. They don't want to be harmed.
So everything she's saying is correct, okay? And I want you guys to understand this because I want you guys to know how you can dismiss her argument and say, well, I'm still right. And I will tell you how you would do that, okay? You would say, yes, we are all sentient beings, yada, yada, yada. We all feel pain. There's empathy there. I get it. But we have very, very intense, specific, critical thought. We have the ability to think about everything and break things down to such a level and such a way that we understand atoms. It's insane. Cows don't have any concept of atoms. So that's what you'd say. You'd say, like, you know, you're full of, you know, they're not as good as us in that respect. If that's how I would value the brain, sure. Animals just aren't as good as us in that respect, and that's why we eat them. And again, like, it makes me uncomfortable to say that, but, like, it's life, man. It's unfortunate. It's cruel. Just letting you guys know how you can beat her down on that.
So how can we work together to help each other to make this world better, here on TikTok and out there? What do you think? Can you consider veganism?
Let's see. Fact: pregnant mothers, children, adults, and the elderly can all thrive and be healthy with a balanced vegan diet. There's no such thing as a balanced vegan diet. There needs to be a diet with, like, some kind of animal proteins. It's the healthiest way. And it's tough for kids and adults to be vegan, man. Like, when I say adults, I mean, like, elderly, because it's just not nutrient dense enough. Why pay to harm billions of the most innocent among us if we don't have to? I guess they're innocent. Sure. Let's just all eat insects, guys. That's what we're going to start doing from now. We're going to farm insects, and we're going to eat fucking... We're just going to eat fucking mosquitoes, and then everybody will be happy. Mosquito soup. Make it just water. Crickets. Yeah. Put chocolate on them.
She is now trying to
Wait, what is this?
change the subject.
Hi, John.
I don't know. Okay, well, that's it. There you guys go. That's round 2. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.